a small video by Pinterest. They're updated recently, and literally, it's all about a pin. It's all about a pin. It's a bit cheesy, but in my turban, it stays up. I have a lot of pins, and literally all tonight is about the power of the pin, right? This little pin, okay, it's not the same kind of pin that we do here, but it's literally about pinning and boards and repinning and so forth. We're going through all this terminology tonight, so this will be all made clear shortly. I want to start with some facts. I will start with facts to show the power of this platform and what can be achieved. Pinterest was created initially for people like you and I going on the web, browsing, and we're going from one website to another website, right? We might be looking at certain subject areas. It might be travel, it might be we're looking at something science related, etc., etc. But we ultimately are bookmarking things. Okay, so when we use, say, Google Chrome, we might use Internet Explorer, Firefox, whatever. We all know how to bookmark and make it bookmarks of websites. The beauty of Pinterest is, and I'll show you later live, is you're browsing on the internet and you see something, you basically can capture that particular site. You press a couple of buttons and it will take all the pictures from that site, and it'll give you an option, which of these pictures do you want to pin onto your Pinterest account, which of those do you want to pin on a board if you want to create a board. So quite quickly you can build up boards and pins. Yes, on Pinterest you can upload an image and pin it that way, but ultimately no one can say in this room that they haven't got time to use Pinterest in terms of, oh Prab, I have to get an image, I have to tweak the image in the graphics package. Oh no, I will crop it this way, I will crop it that way. No, because if you go to a website, say for example we go to BBC News website, as soon as we land there, there's one button I'll show you, you press with a little app you download for your browser, and literally it takes all the images from the website and asks you, which of these images do you want to pin to your board on your Pinterest account? When you do that, it also tells you that you have an option to write a description. You can also tweet it, etc. So I want to make sure that anyone sitting in this room, they think, I'm running a business and it's not a photography business, it's not a visual product or service, anyone can use it. Give you a kind of a tangent, a wild tangent example. You're getting married, okay, and you want to make sure that your partner knows all the various research you're doing in terms of honeymoon, the venue, in terms of the kind of dress you're thinking of getting. Within reason, you don't want to tell your partner what the dress is going to be, but maybe you choose a top 20. So you can create a board on your Pinterest personal account called, say, Wedding Ideas. And then on the board you pin various wedding ideas relating to wedding. It might be wedding venues, it might be wedding dress, etc., honeymoon, all that kind of stuff. Pin regularly, right? Just like the other platforms we discussed the last couple of weeks, be consistent. Don't pin and then don't pin for 6 months. Don't create a board and then don't create a board for 1 year. Make sure you have a strategy to do this regularly. And don't just make it about yourself in terms of pinning as well. And take some time to repin other people. Because how do you grow followers? One of the strategies is like Twitter, you follow people, they follow you back, right? You acknowledge people on Pinterest, I love your board, I love your pins. I love your pins. So, and then they come back and say, I love your pins too, and I'll follow you back because I like the kind of things you're doing on your Pinterest account. Promote your Pinterest account, right? So, just like we discussed before, promote it on your email signature. Promote it on your marketing paraphernalia, your leaflets. Promote it in your shop window. Run in your shop window, put like a Pinterest contest. The more you can do to drive traffic to your Pinterest account, the more people will engage with that, and the more value, ROI, return on investment you get in terms of web traffic, sales, etc. Descriptions, specific keywords in the pins. Not just the boards, but the pins. Don't forget the pins. When you have the image, whether you, inverted commas, steal this image from some other website, you have an opportunity to go in there and put a description. You can be quite cheeky. You take an image from the BBC News website, Sky News, or whatever website in the world. You don't have to have their description. You can edit the description. You can be more cheeky, but it's up to you. You can edit the source, right? But I'm not going to say that you have to do that. Run Pinterest contests. A lot of people, if you're not selling something, still have calls to action. So if they're looking at something, people will engage more if you say, do something with this. Do you like my Pinterest board? And I would like some feedback. You might think this is very simple, but literally just by putting that comment there. And also, I showed you Pinterest boards which had a cover photo, and then on the Pinterest boards we had pins. Why don't people put text on the pictures? Just a basic graphics package, get your picture and put some text on the top or bottom of the pictures. They also have higher engagement levels. So even though you have a board and you have some text above the board, I'm saying actually put some text on the picture.
Could you select which picture, or is it always the first one will become the cover?
So the cover ones, either you upload, right, or you take it from somewhere else, but you're making a decision yourself.
Right.
So the covers, literally, just like when I showed you that you can choose an image from your desktop, right, or you can choose a hyperlink and it'll bring some images, you have the authority to choose that. Right? My advice to you is make the covers as nice looking as possible.
Yeah,
so take it to a graphics package if you need to tweak it. If you upload it, it looks tacky, then I would definitely tweak it. Seasonal pins and boards, make sure. Right? People using seasonal pins and boards who have a very seasonal kind of business, they do really well at the moment. Rich pins we discussed, but you need to have a look at the page and maybe liaise with the web developer in order to choose and use those. So movie, recipe, article, product and place. Have exclusive boards and secret boards. So secret boards I've told you about. Exclusive boards, have some boards they just call VIP. It's amazing how many people land there and see that. When I finish this, if I have time, I'm going to show you some other couple of quick things related to this. Add text to images, taller pins. I said I'll remind you. So have not all the images like that, landscape. Make sure you have enough so these devices, right, they look great on these. This is a very important point. Don't waste your time pinning at certain times when no one's looking at your boards and your pins. Now, to be honest, no matter what platform you talk about, they always talk about it. When's a good time to tweet? When's a good time to post on LinkedIn? When's a good time to actually put a posting on Facebook? Now, I can give you a rule of thumb like this, which is kind of a general kind of advice from looking at various kind of people's boards and pins around the world. But ultimately, we all have our own following, right? And the people that are following us, they're different to maybe the other people in terms like they might be similar to us in terms of when they actually go on Pinterest, things like that. So I would test and measure at different times and see. But broadly speaking, Saturday mornings is immense, and broadly speaking, those 2 times in the day. Don't waste your time in the morning. People are busy in the morning. They're getting dressed to go to work. It's not like Twitter, where I told you about Twitter, where people check their phone for tweets, mentions, direct messages at before they start work, lunchtime, and after work. This is different. This is not as dynamic in terms that they need to check like an email. So, once you set up a Pinterest account, right, you're going to have boards. These are your boards, yeah, for different topic areas. You can name your boards, and then say, if you choose this board here, these are all the pins on your board. So that's simple as that, right? If you want to add a pin, there's various ways of doing it. You click the plus. You can add a pin. You can add a pin from the web. So if I choose that, it'll ask me for a URL, a kind of the web address, right? Or from your computer, you can upload a picture. Next week, for the people who are going to be here, when we talk about Instagram, you have to use Instagram on your tablet, on your mobile, right? But I'm going to give you a bombshell next week. There's an app that not many people know that you can actually control Instagram, i.e. upload images from your laptop. Not many people in the world are using that app. Okay? Well, here you don't need that. Here, luckily for you, Pinterest do have that feature. You can actually go to your laptop hard drive and choose images from there. Now, while we're here, I don't want you to think that, Prab, is that the only way I can do this? To add a pin and do this and this? That seems easy. I can't make a mistake. But surely it's the easy way. Because before I said to you that we all trawl on the internet and we see exciting things and we want to bring them to a board. Well, do you notice up here I've got a P? Right? So let me give you an example. So this is live, as you can see, all the news on BBC News website. I click the P, right? What that's done is taken all the images on that page and put them there nicely for me. So if I quickly scroll down here and I want, say, that image there, right? Pin it. It opens up a dialog box like that, where it's asking me, Prab, which board of yours on your Pinterest account do you want to pin it to? Right? So let's say, for argument's sake, we're going to put it to, say, amazing web design. Then it'll say to me, put a description in there, and then it'll also say, do you want to post this to Twitter as well at the same time? Nobody can say in this room that they can't do that to manage a Pinterest account. I can understand that we're all time challenged, that we can't go and get pictures and crop them and take pictures from camera, etc., etc. But here, I'm just browsing the internet. Right? I could go to any website out of the billions of websites. Have you heard of contests on Pinterest? You can run contests on Pinterest. So you can create a picture like this and have an offer, a call to action, saying that if you repin this pin onto your account, then we will choose the 100th repin and they'll get a prize. So a lot of people use Pinterest contests quite regularly. On this point also, and I'm going a bit tangent, but I want to make sure that these are very important points. If I go back to mine here, trying to deviate from your lack of boards, right? Secret boards at the bottom. So when you have your account there, go down to secret boards there. Keep some boards secret. Only you and the people you invite can see these boards. Click there. And as simple as that. Name of the board, description of the board, and then what kind of board is this? Right? A whole plethora of different categories. Add a map, keep it secret. Now, you keep it secret because then you invite certain people to have a look. And you can use that for a number of ways very powerfully, like explained before. Like you're launching a new product service, that you want to offer a seasonal offer, and it's a breaking news and say, go to my Pinterest account, and I've given you access, just you I've given access, look at this offer. Wedding photography is normally £5,000, it's currently £1,000. And only you can see it because I made sure I've added your details that you can actually look at my secret board. Right. So you land on this page, rich pins. It tells you a little bit about rich pins, yeah? So you can have place pins, like I said, help pins, show film pins. Restaurant ones, very good. Restaurant ones. So if you're a restaurateur or you have an establishment that has a restaurant inside the place, you can use rich pins very cleverly putting your lovely pictures and the prices, and also the people who actually are chefs or they like cooking. You can create a lovely board on your account and put the meta tags. It takes the recipes like this, straight feed. But when you go there, you click on here, get started, yeah, Michael? Mm-hmm. So you see what it says there, yeah? Mm-hmm. If you're not technical, you might want to ask your developer or the owner to help you get going. When you actually have the boards, don't just put pictures, right? Have pictures and video, but create a board called testimonials, right? So people who said really good things about a business, create that, choose a nice, engaging cover photo for that testimonials, and then when you click on there, right, then you have kind of images of the testimonial. So you know somebody might have written a testimonial on LinkedIn. They might have typed a testimonial and emailed you, right? You just take like on Windows, you can use the snipping tool. You take a snipping tool image of that and upload it there. It's very powerful when people come to your Pinterest account and they've never used your product or service and they see a whole kind of showcase and think, oh, I'm just so close to picking up the phone. I'm so close to actually buying this from the e-commerce website. Testimonials really make a difference.